Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. My name is Lauren and I have not done a weekly reading vlog in so long, so we're bringing it back. It is Monday the 10th of July. Tomorrow is Prime Day. I just reorganized my shelves. I got new shelves. It is a total vibe. I have a new location that I sit in. So it is Monday. I am just starting a new audiobook. It's called In the Weeds by BK Borison. It is the second book to the Love Light Farms book. I am very excited to listen to this. I feel like I need a little wholesome book at the moment. I just finished Ice Planet Barbarians. There is a vlog coming for that, so just wait for that. And I am almost finished with Always and Forever by Julia Jarrett. I'm obsessed with Julia Jarrett at the moment. I have just discovered her books. They're everything. She is the sweetest human ever. So I really recommend. So once I finish that, I am probably going to be reading Powerless by Elsie Silver. Probably what I'm going to read tomorrow, I think. We will see. But yeah, that is my update with everything going on. I'm just going to finish doing some editing and then I'm going to cook dinner and get on with the day. In the evening, I should say. But yeah, welcome back for the ride. Hope you guys enjoy this week's weekly reading vlog. God knows what's gonna be read. I have been the worst vlogger, obviously, like always. I'm still trying to get back into the swing of things. I've just done a ton of filming and I'm gonna update you guys on what I've been reading and then we're gonna vlog until I have a full vlog to put together. So let's do that. I have a massive haul here, if you can see that. I treated myself to some books for graduating uni and I also, let's say high school. What is wrong with me? I'm old. And I also got some stuff in the Prime Day sale because I have no chill. So this is obviously my new setup. I wanted to make it look good so I could sit on the floor as well and show some of my favorite books. There's gonna be some things moving around next week, but I'm just gonna quickly give you guys like a star rating and then you'll obviously see more of my thoughts in my wrap up for the month. But I ended up finishing Always and Forever by Julia Jarrett and I gave it 5 stars. I loved it. It was fantastic. Beautiful story. Cannot sing enough praises about Julia Jarrett. I think she's fantastic. I also finished on audio Goal Lines and First Times by Eden Finley and Saxon James, part of the CU Hockey series. This is an MM romance. This one was a 3 stars. It wasn't my favorite. Like, a lot of the books are kind of like, all of these men are figuring out that they're bi and gay. Like, can we just have ones where like the guys already know that instead of them like figuring that out later on? It's kind of how I feel about it. On audio, I listened to In the Weeds by BK Borison. This is a second chance romance. The 2 main characters had a fling many years ago and that's them reuniting and the declarations of love at the end after the 3rd act breakup. Holy moly! But I gave this book 5 stars. So that is what it is. I did read a ton of Ice Planet Barbarian books, but I'm not going to talk about that right now because there's a vlog coming. After that, I listened to Mixed Signals, also by BK Borison. This one was a 4 stars. It wasn't my favorite. It's like a dating coach. They're trying to figure out why they're not dating and he's obsessed with her. It's like boy obsessed. It wasn't my favorite, but I still did really like it. Hi, Mr. Serious. I then listened to Vacation Waltz by Megan Quinn. I gave it 2 stars. I don't know what it is. It was like trying to be sisterhood of the Traveling Pants and the Unhoneymooners, and something about the Unhoneymooners in this book just did not hit for me. Whiny siblings, just annoying people that are in their fucking 30s and it's like, grow up, peoples. Like, you're in your 30s. Can we be adults, please? I don't know. Wasn't for me. That's how I feel about that. And then I just finished this morning A Place Without You by Jewel E. Ann. She blew me away with this book. I loved it. I predicted a lot that was coming, so it didn't hit me as hard as it probably did with other people, but this is like a taboo age gap student and guidance counselor romance. They're like not fated mates, but like soulmates. It's very sad. Check your trigger warnings. I gave it 4 stars. It was a beautiful story. I just didn't fully get in my feels like I thought I would, so I did really like it. But yeah, I'm working on a beta read at the moment and I am also reading a I'm still reading Powerless, so once I have more updates on Powerless, I'll definitely update you guys. And then I'm going to be starting Clockwork Angel, which is just there. I'm not going to get it out because my cat's on my lap, so I can't move. But I'm going to be buddy reading that with Malia. She is a follower of mine, and she was talking about the series, and I said I'd buddy read it with her because I need to reread it, and I love it. So because I need to read Chain of Thorns, but I like remember nothing about the first 2 books in that series. So it is what it is. But let's do my haul. Some of these are books I've never read. Some of these are collector items that I needed to put in here. I'll tell you whether I got them on the Prime Day sale or whether it was just a treat myself moment. So the first one is Rewrite Our Story by Kat Singleton. This was a treat myself moment. This is a 5-star read for me. It was one of my favorite books of the year. I read it as an ARC and I needed a physical copy. It just so good. It's Small Town, Best Friend's Brother, Second Chance. Read this book if you haven't. I think I've talked about this in every single video on my YouTube for the last 6 months. Less than 6 months. It came out in April, so was it May? No, May. So for the last 2 months or 3 months, I've talked about this non-stop. Then we have Done and Dusted by Lila Sage. This is a brother's best friend cowboy romance. No third act breakup. She's a bull rider. She's not a bull rider. She is a barrel racer. She has a fall and goes back to her small town to heal from it, and she starts hanging out with her best friend, her older brother's best friend. I love this. It is a 5-star read. Debut novel. Check this out if you haven't already. It is absolutely everywhere and for good reason. That was also a treat yourself moment. In the Prime Day sale, I treated myself to the whole Miles High series by T.L. Swan. This is everywhere. They were on crazy good sale. I think I paid for 2 of these, I paid $15 each, and then 2 of them were like $19 each. So that was basically, I think it was like $50 for both the books. But sorry, for 4 of the books it was. So basically free. But I'm very excited to read these. These are billionaire romances about a set of brothers. I pretty much know nothing about them. I know that the takeover is single dad. No, single mum. Single mum. I'm pretty sure it's single mum. Which I love single parent tropes. I just think it's really good. But I'm very excited to get to these. Really, really excited. I'm basically like want to abandon my entire TBR so I can read these. And I love T.L. Swan. I met her at Rare and she is one of the kindest, most sweetest humans I've ever met in my entire life. She is so famous in the book community. Probably is worth billions, if not billions, then millions. But she is one of the most humble, down to earth authors I've ever met. She cares about every single one of her readers. Whether you've read her books or not, she treats you with so much respect and is so interested in what you have to say to her. She is beautiful. I love her so much. Yet again, I have another treat yourself moment, and that is the people covers of the Chestnut Spring series. I have the special editions and I needed the people covers because I'm kind of into these. I have decided that if the people covers are like a romantic cover where it's like people with their clothes on looking cute, I will buy them. Because I'm sick of the man chest. I just don't need the man chest. But yeah, if you don't know anything about the Chestnut Spring series, these are cowboy romances, small town cowboy romances about a set of brothers and their friends. It's family, but also found family. Flawless and Heartless, and the new one that's coming out, Powerless, are the 3 brothers. Powerless is about like their adopted brother, Jasper, who is Theo's best friend, which is which is Beau's best friend, who is book 5. And he gets brought in by Beau. And then Reckless is about the protege of Eden and the sister of Summer. So that's how they all connect. But I think everyone and their mother knows about this series, and I just think they look stunning and I need to have them. I am getting a friend of mine in the States to get me a copy of Powerless because I cannot order it here for some reason, even though it's not out of print, but I had to have it. So eventually I'll have that in my hands. I'm just getting her to like hold on to it for a little while until she has a few more books to send down to me rather than shipping multiple books for no reason. In the Prime Day sale, I got The Right Move by Liz Tomford. I have the first one. I was gifted that by my beautiful friend Nalia. This is a basketball romance and I live for basketball romance. There is not enough of basketball romance in the book talk space, and I cannot wait to read this. Everyone says Ryan Shea is one of the best book boyfriends ever. So I am very, very excited to get to this. By a friend, Layla Pine. She gifted me her PR pack of Green Rock. This is a paranormal romance. Apparently it's very spicy. I have not read a paranormal romance before, so I'm very excited for this. She also gave me some spicy art. Really keen for this. I love the size of the paperback. It's decently floppy for me. I may actually end up reading this on paperback. If you haven't checked out Layla Pine, she also has a Aussie Cravings adult sports romance series. Each of them cover a different sport. The first one is tennis. It's like a murder mystery tennis book, and then the second one is a Olympic rowing one, and she's a plus size FMZ. I treated myself to the next book, the latest book in the Eden series. This is the only one I was missing. It says Lila's book, and I read it recently and I did really like it. It is also another 4-star. I've given 2 5-stars and 3 4-stars so far in the Eden series, but this one was really good. It felt very similar to Indigo Ridge, but it doesn't compare to Indigo Ridge, unfortunately. But the next one is going to be so good. It's going to be Single Dad, and I love Single Dad. So because the first 2 books are going out of print, but I already have them, I didn't want to run the risk of missing out on these gorgeous covers of the Magnolia Parks series. So I have Magnolia Parks, The Long Way Home, and Daisy Hates The Great Undoing. These were not on the Prime Day sale. I bought them before that, but I had to have them in my collection because I love these covers. I know that some people probably don't like them, but I think they're really cool and really great. I think they're fantastic. I will be reading Daisy Hates very soon, so you guys will see me read that. That's that. I have rambled on for like, I think 12 minutes at this point. Sorry guys, but that's what you get. I'll update you guys when I'm reading Powerless. I need to read a beta read at the moment. That's not calling to me as hard as it should be. I'll see you guys probably later when I'm reading Powerless. I'm hopefully gonna read Powerless tonight. I want to smash through this beta read and then I will be reading Powerless because I need to finish that book. I finished my beta read. Thank God. I'm now showered in my pajamas, got my skincare done, and my cat is sitting here, so I'm just sitting on the floor because I can't sit on my chair. So we're gonna do it that again, me sitting on the floor. This is a different angle of my new setup. I hope you guys are enjoying it. If you want to see my reorganization video, I will link it below. It is on TikTok. So it is what it is, but I'm picking Powerless back up again. I am like just short of halfway through it. I am adoring this book so much. I really enjoy the friends to lovers aspect. Jasper has so much familial trauma that he's working through. It breaks my absolute ever-loving soul. I have never read about a man with so much pain before in my life. I think the only man that rivals this man is Evan Zanders from Mile High. He is so broken and so hurt. It is desperately heartbreaking. It is a beautiful story. Sloane is a resilient, fun, strong woman, and she's got her own demons that she's working through, and it's amazing. I love Sloane's mum. She is so quirky and fun. I adore that. I love it when there is at least one parent that a person is connected to. Obviously Jasper does not have that, but what's the word? But Sloane does, and yeah. Sloane's ex and her dad are horrible people, but it is what it is. I hope maybe she heals that relationship with her dad. Like, I hope that there's some sort of understanding that comes between the two of them. I still have like a good chunk of this to go. The tension between these two is absolutely massive. It is, oh, I love it. I haven't picked it up in a few days, so I'm like blanking on some of the specific details, but when they were at the hotel and she was like getting naked, oh my God, I spent so much time laughing. It was beautiful. I'm adoring it. But yeah, this is very similar in terms of, it's very similar to Mile High in terms of like Jasper and Evan. They're very similar. They've got some trauma they're working through, horrible parents, and they both play hockey. So there is some similarities, but it's also very different. So that is my update with this. I am gonna go read. I'm at page, what's page? 238. So I'm gonna read for 100 pages and then give you an update. So I'll give you an update at chapter 28, unless something that I want to say happens before, because I don't know, sometimes I find it hard with romance books because sometimes they can be really slow, and this feels very slow burn at this stage. I am desperate to get into books that I like, back into the books that I love, so this is going to heal my soul. It's 8 o'clock, so I have plenty of time to read before bed. I'm gonna try and do a decent chunk of this, if not finish it tonight. So let's see how we go. I'm gonna go sit on the couch and read, and I'll update you guys shortly. Okay, so I said to you guys I was gonna update you guys at 100 pages. Yeah, I'm at 30 before I have something to say. This dad, Sloane's dad, fucking shit list. Like, a worst of the worst shit lists. And Sloane is like God tier FMC. And she will remain God tier FMC. She just said, she dropped a line of, I want to save myself. Like, yes, bitch, you do that. And I underlined it and said, yes, queen, independent queen, fucking save yourself because you are worthy. I had to think of the word then. You are like capable of being independent. You don't need a fucking trash husband to make you worthy, or a shit dad to make you worthy. This is my 100-page update. Obsessed. This man has me weak at the knees. Not long after I got off updating you guys, the first sort of a spicy scene happened, and it wasn't a sex scene, it was a mutual scene. So there's 2 of those, and they happened quite quickly. And then the first sex scene happens at 314. So you're definitely like waiting, like over 300 pages of just like tension. It is like quite, for a short book, I feel like that's quite slow burn because there's only like 100 pages left. To me, that's sort of slow burn, potentially. I don't know if others agree. I'm obsessed. Sloane is, well, I reckon she could quite easily be my favorite FMC in this series. So that's it. That's it. The spice is amazing. I'm gonna buzz through this and just not put it down because I'm obsessed with it. But yeah, again, if anything major happens that I want to talk about, I will. If not, I'll wait to the end. I am dying. I'm dying. I'm like 400 pages in, and we just had the first Winter and Theo interaction. I'm fucking foaming at the mouth. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited for that book. I'm so excited for Reckless. Theo is gonna be top tier. I feel like Theo is gonna be really close with Jasper. I don't know if they can top Cade. I just finished it. It is 10:30. I am gonna quickly write my review and go to bed, but I loved it. I gave it 5 stars. It is a beautiful friends to lovers story. I'm not the biggest friends to lovers fan, but this one just hit right. The ending, the growth of both of these characters. Just serious, are you for real? It just did something for my soul. It really did. Harvey is the best dad in the entire world, and no one can tell me otherwise. He is perfection. Every single character in this whole series is just amazing. I'm really enjoying Winter in this book, which I cannot believe because she was horrible and flawless, but I cannot wait to see her redemption arc. Like, I am extremely excited for her redemption arc, and the absolute banter that is going to ensue with Theo is going to be unmatched. Elsie Silver puts crack into these books. Absolute fucking crack. They're good for a reason. They're easy, digestible, good reads. Like, they're like, yeah, like I said, they're characters that have so much depth. They're very multi-dimensional, and they go through a lot of shit. It is not just your cookie cutter romance that you would think for a cowboy romance. My soul needed that. I adored it. I am going to start, if I read it, I might read a little bit of it. The next Eloise Tynan book, which is Shooting to Win. I'm seeing Eloise again on Sunday, so I'm picking up my books from her as well on Sunday. So I'm gonna leave this update here for now. I'm gonna go to bed. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. But yeah, if I read anything on Shooting to Win, I will let you guys know. I'm planning on listening to the second The Summer I Turned Pretty book. It's Not Someone Without You. So remember when I finished vlogging yesterday and I said to you guys, oh, I'm probably just gonna start shooting to win. I probably won't read much because I'm wearing to bed. Well, I read half of it last night. Half of it, like just short of half. Where am I up to? I'm like 46% of the way through it, 45% of the way through it, and I have like an hour left of the book. That happened. I adore this book. I adore Eloise's writing. I think she's fan-fucking-tastic. This I don't like as much as the first one and the third one. This one just sits like right in the middle. It's like a forced proximity, boy-obsessed book, but it's just not my favorite in comparison to the other two that I've given 5 stars. So I unfortunately think this is probably going to end up being a 4-star for me unless something changes, but I am really liking this. I love West. I'm just like annoyed about Stella and her cousin just like constantly fighting and shit talking each other. Not my favorite thing to read about in books, but it is what it is. But today I listened to 1.5 audiobooks. I re-listened to It's Not Summer Without You by Jenny Han while I was cleaning the house. It's the re-record now with the actors from the show. I've always been a Jeremiah girly through and through. I read this series when I was very young. I would have been like 13 when I read this series, and I loved it so much. Looking back at it now, it is not a great series. It is very boring. Not boring, but like it's lacking. Belly, well, all the characters are very whiny. Belly is not very nice to her best friend. She, you know, says some really nasty things about her, which is not great. The show, just not doing it. He was just being a pain. And then I started Line Mates and Study Dates on audio by Eden Finley and Saxon James. This is the 4th one in the CU hockey series. It is an romance. We have Cole, who is the coach's son, and he is like the equipment guy for the season, and he's tasked with like looking after Asher, who is the newest player on the team. He's a lineman and he has got some trauma he's working through. He's lost both his parents in a fatal car accident. His brother is a coach on the team, and Cole has to help Asher. Asher is also struggling with school, and Cole is tutoring him, but he's tutoring him and they're doing sexual favors. That's the study technique that they are using. It is very good. I'm liking this one more because I was getting a bit of a fatigue with the series, because the first 3 sort of felt a bit copy and paste because all of the guys were like recognizing their sexuality, whereas this 4th one, they already know their sexuality. So it's like straight into the romance, straight into the action. You're like, okay, cool, sweet. There is great action on the ice, which is so essential for a hockey romance. Cannot and will not complain about this. I'm enjoying this. I'm liking this just as much as I like the second one. The second one was good. I really liked the second one. The plot was fantastic. But the first and the third one just sort of fell a bit flat. And they just were lacking the depth because it was all about finding themselves. That's my update on that. I am going to go and read Shooting to Win now, but I'm taking with me, I might read some of it tonight. We'll see how we go. Clockwork Angel by Cassandra Clare. This is a reread. I'm buddy reading this with a follower of mine. She was talking about it and she wanted to read it, so I'm going to be taking this with me away for the weekend. This is an unannotated copy, so I'm going to be rereading this and annotating it because I love this. I love this series. It is so comforting, so wholesome, everything. I cannot wait to dive back into this world. I haven't read much fantasy in about 2 years, so I feel like if I go back to my favorites, my comforting YA fantasy reads, I will get back into that mood. That's what I'm hoping for, because I have not been called to read a single lick of fantasy in 2 years. Everyone's talking about Fourth Wing, how it's like the best beginner's guide to fantasy, but it just does not excite me, even in the slightest. I think I'm very excited for Crescent City 3, but I know that world. Like, I read it, I know it, I know Sarah J Maas's writing, I know how her worlds work. So reading, I'm like excited for it. It doesn't seem daunting, but picking up a new fantasy series seems daunting. So if I read this, hopefully I'll pick up on some things I didn't pick up on the first time, and maybe I want to read another fantasy. So that's what I'm going to do. And yeah, If I finish shooting Twin, I will come and tell you guys. But I'm going to go read now and check in with you guys tomorrow. Happy Sunday. You're coming from, actually I don't like that spot. Let's no, you can't see me, just go here. You're coming from my steering wheel. I am driving to a book signing. You're gonna have to ignore that you can't see me properly. I'm driving to a book signing in Werribee. I am assisting my bestie Jenna, so let's go along the day and I will show you what we get up to. I have to help her set up, and then after that we're gonna get some books time. We're gonna see some of my favorite people. I'm picking up some great books and we're very excited. Do I look so professional with my camera? Kayla, can you say hi to the vlog? Can you say hi to the vlog? Hi!